Come with me to leave my 8.5 year relationship while he's at work. Disclaimer, everything that you see in the video that I'm taking apart or just leaving, that's his, and I'm taking what's mine. I did not leave this relationship because he didn't love me or I didn't love him. I just needed to love me more. And the only reason why I'm sharing this is because I feel like God has placed me in people's lives to be resilient. And I know for a fact with dealing with my clients that a lot of people don't share what they're going through because they're embarrassed and it's very taboo.
Wait. Is this woman somebody that actually gives other people advice, or is a client, or is a therapist or something like that? Because when she said her clients, I don't know. And y'all let me know inside of the chat. So I'm just going to speak to the things that she's speaking to. I always like to make sure that I link back to the content creator from the stuff that y'all send me to react to. So make sure that you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But she said that she is leaving not because they don't love each other, not because he's not a good person, but because she basically needs to find herself. Did I miss something? Let me start this over because this is a level of petty and ignorance, and the reason why a lot of guys then like to protect themselves. And then people will say, "Well, guys hate women and all of this type of stuff." No, guys don't hate women. Guys are deathly afraid of coming home to some bullshit like this that they didn't sign up for in the first place, and then they want to record themselves doing it. So it's a level of petty that is beyond anything that you've seen before. But guys deal with this on a regular basis and they suffer in silence. But I want to see the whole context of the whole video, and then we're going to go from there.
Come with me to leave my 8.5 year relationship while he's at work. Disclaimer, everything that you see in the video that I'm taking apart or just leaving,
Look at this
that's
now.
his, and I'm taking what's mine. I did not leave this relationship because he didn't love me or I didn't love him. I just
She's taking the shower head.
needed to love me more. And the only reason why I'm sharing this is because I feel like God has placed me in people's lives to be resilient. And I know for a fact with dealing with my clients that a lot of people don't share what they're going through because they're embarrassed and it's very taboo. And I'm an open book. This is my life. And at the end of the day, when the bills hit, it comes out of my account. And this is just my truth. I left because I wanted marriage, I wanted to grow a family, and he wanted to be stagnant. And I'm not here on his time, I'm here on limited time, whatever God has for me. And what I'm not about to do is sit here and wait around for him to eventually want to marry me or feel like he's marrying me because he settled. And I know what everybody's thinking, like 8.5 years, girl, that's a red flag. But we came from very dysfunctional upbringings, and I thought that he would change because I have changed so much. And I can't just sit here and say people don't change when I'm changing and I'm growing. But if someone doesn't want to grow together, then that's just not for me. So what I'm going to do is choose myself, pack up all my shit, and I'm going to bounce because if you don't want me, there's another man that will. And don't get me wrong, this was like the hardest thing to do because I I'm in love with this man, but I need to love me more. And part of loving me more is I don't tolerate things that I don't deserve. And I'm not going to settle, not for him, not for anyone, not for anything in life, because I know what I deserve. And that is exactly why I left. And he still has not told his family. He hasn't told anybody. So hopefully this goes viral enough so that they can see what's really going on.
This is so evil. This is so ugly. And, I think that this is probably best for him. What he's going to realize is that he suffered in silence too long from a person. Because if she's able to do this, think about this for a second. She's setting up the camera on every angle. She said that she hopes it goes viral so that his family sees it. And yep, it's going viral, all right, because it certainly hit my desk. And she's hoping that his family sees it. She then took her edited footage and chopped it and spliced it all together, and then she narrated it, and then she uploaded it to the internet with captions and hashtags to make sure everybody could possibly see it. Then she goes on to say she deserves better. We don't know that. We don't know that at all. That somebody else will do it and all of this stuff, but she stayed for over 8.5 years. Now imagine the things that was happening off camera prior to it. And then she'll hang it on him and say, hey, we both come from these dysfunctional environments and families and all of this stuff. Let me tell you something, bro. It is all an excuse to be out here in these streets doing what you want to do when you want to do it. And the fact of the matter is, men do not change. They are not different. They grow, they evolve, they become more of what they are, they make adjustments or whatever. But one thing that she was right about is that, who he was and what he did, and she resenting him for not marrying her, but at the same time, he already had established and told her that that's not what he was looking for. And the fact that she stayed for 6 to 8 years, it means that she did this to herself. It wasn't anything that he did. And thankfully he did not submit. Thankfully he did not adjust. Thankfully he did not subject himself to putting himself in a situation that was not going to be ideal for him. Absolutely not. Do not, under any circumstances, ever, and I mean ever, make a compromise for something that you're going to be unhappy with for the rest of your life. So now, after she done aged out, now after she done got angry, now after she done became bitter about it, and I think that the guy is responsible because he didn't bring any kids into this world that ultimately would get divorced and then would have to fight for custody or being able to be a co-parenting together and all of that stuff. Nope, he did the right thing. He made sure that he didn't have any children out of wedlock. He obviously don't want to get married to her or want to get married at all. And now he's being put in a situation where she is bitter. And so she is taking the shower heads and the TV and all of this stuff while he is at work getting resources to bring back to the family. And she's angry about it. She's not being a mature adult. She's not being smart. She's not having a conversation. She's leaving like a coward and not being straight up about what it is that that's really going on. She's not even being honest with herself. So you'll see a lot of women that say, "Hey, I choose me," or "I choose to be happy and I deserve this." Nope, you're the toxic one. You're not taking responsibility for what you've done in a relationship that is toxic. You're not taking responsibility, and so now you're taking it out on him. And he's gonna come home, and he's not gonna have no shower head, and so he probably gonna have to sign up for a gym membership and go and take a shower at the gym, or go to Home Depot and Lowe's and go and buy a shower head, all because you want to be bitter and petty. We had a conversation on After Hours the other day, and I asked the guys, I said, hey, if you wind up having a child or you got divorced or whatever like that, and then you wind up going through a custody battle when you get full custody, would you ever put the girl on child support? And I already knew what their answer was going to be because of all of the guys that I have a conversation with and that I've coached throughout the years. I mean, tons and tons and tons of guys. Guess what? Guys that had full custody of their children and had the ability to put the woman on child support, they never did. You know why? Because guys are not this evil and this petty. They don't want to see the world burn. They don't want to see you suffer. Most guys just want the best for their kids and they want to be in their children's lives and they want peace and they want happiness. And this is an agent of chaos. And I don't suggest that he take her back when she asked to come back in the first place. That's just my opinion. I want to know what y'all think. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.